What makes natural mineral water and spring water such unique and high-quality products? Would it surprise you to learn that no less than 97% of all packaged water sold in Europe are natural mineral and spring waters? Consumers clearly have a preference for these waters. But why? Because natural mineral and spring waters offer the highest quality in water. They are unique and naturally pure, as they are not chemically processed before consumption and provide the healthiest source of hydration that nature has to offer. One of the ways producers can guarantee the highest standards is by protecting and sustainably managing their water resources. This ensures the purity, composition, and quality of the water and safeguards the natural environment for future generations. Did you know that the natural composition of each natural mineral in spring water is unique and defined by a water's so-called natural history? It is the variation in mineral content that also determines the differing taste of each natural mineral and spring water. If you want to find out what minerals you can find in your bottle of water, check the label. But we will talk more about this later. Natural mineral and spring waters have an impressive history and are considered a part of Europe's cultural and geological heritage. Did you know that they were actually first recognized for their health benefits during the times of the ancient Greeks and Romans? Bottling at water wells first began in the 16th century, initially sold as medicinal treatment by pharmacies well into the 20th century. People have been visiting spa towns to reap the recognized therapeutic benefits of these waters for centuries. Let me take you all the way back to the beginning. When it rains or snows, water seeps through the soil, mountains and rocks to the lower layers of the underground. Over the course of years, sometimes even decades, that water is naturally filtered through rocks and layers of soil. Depending on the type of soil and surrounding rock formations, the water is naturally enriched with minerals. The water that has filtered through layers of underground ultimately accumulates in a secluded and protected underground catchment area, where it is free from contamination and external influences. This process can take from just a few years to thousands of years. The surface area on top is protected by bottled water producers and is also where you will find the abstraction point. Very often, this is a small building where the borehole or well will be connected to the bottling plant by means of state-of-the-art pipelines. Water is piped from the source and into the bottle in strict hygienic conditions with a maximum of protection. As bottled water is classified as a food product, it must comply with strict EU regulations on food hygiene. Even though this is not a legal requirement, experts working for the bottling companies regularly monitor the quality of the water directly at the source, and samples are sent for independent verification to guarantee the highest quality product. More checks are carried out at the bottling plant, where strict quality and safety measures based on the hazard analysis and critical control points principles apply. Regular sampling and analysis of both the incoming freshly sourced water and the final bottled product are carried out by the competent authorities. All bottles are also stamped to ensure that the water can be fully traced back to this particular point in the bottling process. Once bottled, labelled and packaged, the bottles of water are ready for transport to shops and supermarkets. In short, the very same drop of water that reached the underground source following years or even decades of natural filtration and protection is collected in the bottle of water you buy in the local shop. So, how do the producers maintain a high degree of source protection? They actively monitor and protect the water catchment areas. This is generally achieved through comprehensive groundwater management, partnerships with local communities, with landowners and authorities, and the promotion of eco-friendly practices. This protects the area against pollution and, in doing so, preserves the quality and purity of the water. But what distinguishes these natural waters from other waters? There are big differences between natural mineral and spring waters and bottled drinking water. Natural mineral and spring waters each originate from a single protected and identified underground source. Disinfecting or chemically treating natural mineral and spring waters is strictly prohibited, and these waters are bottled directly at source, retaining their original purity and integrity. This means that natural mineral and spring waters are safe to drink at source without treatment. The main difference between natural mineral water and spring water lies in the requirement for natural mineral water to have a specific, stable mineral composition. For bottled drinking water, sometimes also called table water, the picture is altogether different. This water may come from various origins, including surface waters or municipal supply. In most cases, bottled drinking water is disinfected and chemically treated to make it safe for consumption. Only the highest quality and protected natural water sources can be approved as a natural mineral source. Every new water source must undergo comprehensive studies and tests to demonstrate its suitability to qualify as a natural mineral or spring water. In Europe, natural mineral water is tested on more than 100 parameters by the responsible authority of the EU member state where the water has been extracted. Specifically, the experts will check how well the catchment area is protected to ensure that there can be no environmental contamination. They will also check the water's microbiology and the stability of its mineral composition. Once a source has qualified as a natural mineral water source, it can then be added to the EU's official register of natural mineral waters. Currently, there are more than 2,000 unique water sources on this register. The packaging used to bottle water is of the highest quality and is fully compliant with food contact material legislation. Bottles must also be fitted with a tamper-evident seal designed to alert the consumer if the bottle has been opened. Bottles are made of 100% recyclable materials such as glass, PET plastic or aluminium cans. This packaging retains and protects the original quality and purity of the water until the moment it reaches the consumer. Consumers need to be able to verify exactly what they are drinking at any time. For this reason, bottled water labels provide the consumer with detailed information on the product, such as the origin of the water and the unique name of the source. Consumers are able to trace their product back to the source and date of bottling at any time. Natural mineral waters must also include a description of the characteristic mineral constituents and their concentration. In short, consumers are able to make an informed choice. Natural mineral and spring waters are a natural and pure product with unique characteristics. It is the bottled water sector's goal to retain and protect this wonderful resource for generations to come by careful protection of water sources. By doing so, producers provide consumers with easy access to consistently safe and high-quality waters which offer a healthy, tasty, and convenient way of hydrating.